What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video with your boy, Man Gaming. Let's go. So, today, we're gonna do something very different from what I've ever done on this channel. And that is, we are on this game called Ark, for those of you who don't know. And I feel it necessary to make a video about this because this is just completely and utterly unacceptable in every way. So, for those of you who don't know, I play PvE in Ark, and this server is what's known as Strayos. So, we had started building quite a while ago. This is the current base that I'm working on. Don't mind the fact that it's half-skinned, it's still being worked on. And we've got our property going. So now, you come down here, this is my tribe mate's base right here, and you'll see that our walls stop. Now, the reason our walls stop is because as we were building, we had this tribe right here, Team Rocket, right on our island. Once we found this land, we placed down pillars and started landlocking and building. As we were building, they came over and they dropped pillars and laughed at us and said, now you can't have this land. Now, they did it in the most obnoxious way possible and pillared this corner. So, we just kept going about our day, submitted an Ark ticket, and hoped that it would all be taken care of. They've got about 6 different pillars here, just in this one area. And in retaliation for us asking them politely take their pillars down, those pillars at one point were stone, and I will link a picture of what they were right now. And now they are metal. So they went through and replaced it all with metal pillars, as like, because if you don't know, adding metal pillars extends the time in which it can auto decay. So then they proceeded to go in the water and completely pillar us in. Completely, all the way around. This is my base right here. I can't even finish my water pen. I can't even finish it. So let me throw out my Moza so I can walk around, or swim around. Throw on the scuba tank. And as you can see, all these pillars out here right behind our base, they're their pillars. They weren't here before. They were in retaliation of us asking them to take them down. And you can see up here a little bit, this is our build. Those are our pillars. That's our build. Their pillars right out here. They came as close as they could, as close as humanly possible, to our build. For no reason. All the way around. That pillar right there, that's theirs. They came as close as they could. That's our water pen. That's our main tribe water pen. That's a pillar that we had to place because they came as close as they could and pillared us in. It keeps going too. It keeps going. That's their pillar. That's our build. We had to place that pillar right there to try and keep them from pillaring us in further. Same as right there. And right there. But all over here, they've got pillars here. They came all the way down, trying to completely pillar us in. That's their pillar. They're not doing anything with this land. They're trying to keep us from having it. This is completely and utterly inappropriate on all fronts. That's their pillar. That's my water pen. I can't even go any further because they took it. Oh, let me take care of this. Completely pillared in the rear for no reason. That's their... Oh, that's their pillar right there. That's our base. That is my base right there. I cannot physically go any further than that pillar right there because they pillared us in. And it's not just over here. As you see, they went all the way down that end to try and pillar us in. They also came down this side. Oh, if I can get her over all this. Moses aren't the best for swimming around, but I needed something quick. They also came down this side with pillars. Well, that's a megalodon. That's ours. That's theirs. They tried to completely block us in. All because we asked them to remove their pillars. Now, I play this game because I enjoy it. And there are community guidelines. Yep, right there. That's another one of their pillars. I play this game because I enjoy playing this game. There are community guidelines set in place to prevent what is currently happening. So that people can't just pillar you in because they don't like you, or they don't like where you're building, or you found better land than them so they're jealous. It's just completely and utterly inappropriate when all we did was politely ask them to remove their pillars. They went down our entire back end just to be jerks. They did it as sporadically as they could, just randomly placing pillars out there to lock down that land so we can't do anything. As you can see, there's nothing built here, just pillars, just to keep us from doing anything else. We've done nothing to these people at all. All these pillars right here you see down here, that's because they pillared us in. This is ridiculous. Like, I don't understand why people feel the need to do this. But I'm hoping that making this video will show people, like, you know, this is kind of ridiculous. This is completely inappropriate, uncalled for. There was no reason to do this. There was absolutely no reason to do this at all. So, that's pretty much the short and sweet. That's the reason that I'm making this video. I will happily do a base tour once I complete the build. So for those of you who want a base tour, I will post a video soon once it's completed. Hopefully by then the pillars won't be there so that I can finish this water pen. But, like, literally right there. Right there. That is immensely... This is as far as I can go at the moment. I cannot physically go any further. That's how bad this is. All because we politely asked them to pull up their pillars. Now, I know some of you will be like, oh, well, if you politely ask them to pull up their pillars, why would they do this? They do it because they're jealous of... 9 times out of 10, they're either jealous of the build, or they're jealous that we got land that they can't have because we're building on it. So, in retaliation for us politely asking them to pull up their pillars, they completely pillared us in as close as they could. Which is ridiculous. And completely uncalled for. So, that's my rant. I will post a base tour when I finish the build completely. But, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening to my rant. And I hope this opens up some people's eyes who don't really pay attention too much to what they do, and, you know, they think it's funny to pillar someone in. It's really not funny. You know, people in this game, they want to do things, they want to try and be creative, and once you do something like that, it takes away their ability to be creative. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great and fantastic rest of your day. Peace.